The second scenario is the giant leap. We wanted to identify a small set of actions, a minimum viable product, to reach as many sustainable development goals in Europe's vision of a social and green region. We wanted to take a systems approach to explore if we can achieve an acceptable level of well-being for the global majority on a finite planet. We conclude that nothing less than the following 5 extraordinary turnarounds are needed to have well-being for all while respecting planetary boundaries. Ending poverty, addressing gross inequality, achieving full gender equity, transforming the food system and the way we eat, transitioning to clean energy and efficient energy. We argue that these 5 extraordinary turnarounds and the set of economic reforms that will drive them form the basis of a well-being economy. It is not a blueprint, but more of a guide for systemic transformation. In this scenario, poverty ends a generation earlier than too little too late. We see gender empowerment in 1 generation, not 10. We see a switch to healthier plant-based diets. There is still meat consumption, but at sustainable levels. And we have carbon dioxide emissions every decade to reach net zero by 2050. The economic model everywhere is circular, regenerative, and efficient. Material consumption of unsustainable resources is reined in, fossil energy phased out, and we see a significant redistribution of wealth. In this scenario, we introduce a universal basic dividend operating like a universal basic income, with dividends coming to all people, sharing the wealth of the global commons and public goods. Who's taking the wealth now? It is not properly redistributed. This is not utopic. This is what is fair and just and what a society in transformation is all about. Why do we think this is important? We know the giant leap will be disruptive. We're talking about a complete shakeup. This is everything, everywhere, all at once. It will create shocks.
So are you ready? Are you prepared for this massive global event that is about to take place? That's going to make all the economies drop?
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahapushah, Bahasham, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Rule will have been a great example to his younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord, with this edifying lesson. This really a to the brother Karaitazah. His page name Big to the Marriage video. I watched this video and a few precepts came to mind because what that lady was just explaining was the NWO, the New World Order, one world government, one world system that they want to implement throughout the earth. You know, this is the image of the beast, this system that they getting ready to, that they have set up, but they slowly, what is called, gradually introducing the world to. That's why you got Trump talking about $2,000 to all U.S. citizens that make under $100,000 or something like that. But it ain't like actual money, it's dividends or some crazy shit. They getting ready to go with they move. They going with they move, not getting ready. They making moves, major moves, and they making them fast. You know? And we've been warning our people to repent, turn back to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Or not. What you 2/3 of our people finna do, they finna get caught up in the destruction of Esau. In the time of Jacob's trouble. In the time of a calamity. In the time of the Lord's wrath and indignation. That's what these people finna get caught up in. Because you've been warned. And now you have no cloak for your sins. And this man is planning to put you to trap you in his new world order to be ultimately destroyed, because he will be destroyed in the implementing of this new world order. This is not going to be the way we live for the next 50 years. You know, these motherfuckers talking about getting carbon emissions to net zero by 2050. Nigga, y'all gonna be in captivity, hardcore bondage by 2050, man. Before 2050, hell, hopefully before 2030, man. So, hey, We here to let you devils know, man. You implement your new world order is the end of this place, man. Because the Lord is gonna put a stop to all that shit. Let's get into the scriptures. This is the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 18. It say that which he labored for, going into the wicked Esau, the elite, starting with the elite bankers, on down to these heathen. I mean, on down to the, average Edomite and to the rest of the heathen. But ultimately the elite. Because this is directly who this talking to, Esau, Edom. It say that which he labored for shall be restored. That which he labored for shall be restored, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violent taken a house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desire. It say there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. This the point. Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. In the fullness of this man's sufficiency is him administering. See, he's setting up the image now. But the completion of that image, this system that he's setting up, is having everybody on the earth see-hipped, marked, karagmat up. That's the end goal. Everybody on the earth who, not a part of the elite to be karagmat up, And that's you pledging your allegiance to this man, telling the Lord you want this man to be your master forever. You don't want to go free. You don't want to be freed from this man. You want him to reign over you. Just like how the scriptures speak about, he stuck it all through back in the ancient world when Israelites had slaves amongst Israel, so to speak. And it's the year of release. It's time where, you let a man, you say you buy an Israelite out of servitude from another nation or from somebody, or help them get out of poverty, they become servants to you for 7 years. And during after they time is up to be released, they may not want to leave. They may want to stay your servant. They may want to serve you forever. They may have gotten a wife, don't want to leave their wife and kids behind. And they ultimately just like serving you. They'll to solidify, so to speak, that they want to stay up underneath you and serve you, you bore a hole through their ear. And basically the mark that they, want to be a perpetual servant unto you. That's a part of the laws of the ancient customs in Israel that was done. And that's ultimately what this MOTB is, man. It's the Lord, it's the Lord marking the unwanted, the 2/3 using Esau. It's all spiritual, If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's only for the elect. This message is only for the Israelites who the Lord called and chose. Hopefully, Lord willing, we're part of that chosen. But the end goal of this man's agenda, in the fullness of his sufficiency, him chipping everybody, because that's the end. That's what that's gonna be the. Or right now he introducing the world to this system. He finna crash. Start crashing economies, and America economy gonna crash too. The petrodollar is not gonna be the end thing soon. Soon the dollar, you gonna be able to wipe your ass with $100 bills, man, and start fires and shit with them. They ain't gonna be worth nothing more than a piece of paper to start a fire with. Toilet tissue. Verse 20 say in the verse 21 is 22 it say in the fullness of his sufficiency, when he's fully trying to implement this new world order, and the end of the new world order being put in place is him making everybody receive that mark, the hour of temptation that cometh upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. That's what the hour of temptation is talking about. The mass implementation of the CHI to the P. That how the brother said that. Damn, I can't even think how he said it. I can't think of how the brother said, but it's all good. It say every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, which that wicked that is talking about the workers. You know. Verse 23 it say when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, and the Lord gonna cause World War III to take place in the midst of him forcing this. See here, World War III gonna be taking place, and ultimately, the missiles gonna get shot off upon America. You know, and upon the land of Israel. And the Lord gonna beam up the elect gonna scarcely be saved. And these devils, they gonna run and go into hiding. They gonna be hiding when all these things happen. They gonna be already in their bunkers. You know, they gonna be already in them space stations and underwater retreats and taking shelter. You know, they gonna be already then left Babylon. You know, eventually all these elite, these billionaire devils that's in America, they gonna leave this country because they know what the end game of this place. They know this place gonna be destroyed. These people that's in the higher ups amongst this society, you know, the big tech moguls, I guess, and you know, these people who running things, who got these big businesses, got all the money in America, they gonna know to get the fuck up out of here when it start going down. They getting all the money they can getting all the riches they can get. They already got. That's why they all buying bunkers. They all buying houses in Hawaii, land in Hawaii, houses in New Zealand and Europe and different places, getting the fuck up out of setting up, getting ready to leave. They setting up I forgot how they bug out. How them truthers and damn preppers be saying it. They setting up they bug out locations. You know. Verse 23 again, it say, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Yeah, so they gonna run, and it's going into the missiles, because that's the weapons of the Lord, indignation. And a lot of these elite gonna escape this destruction. A lot of heathen in general, because America ain't nobody gonna survive the destruction of America if you're not a part of the elect. If the Lord don't beam you up, you're gonna die here. If you're in a bunker in America, you're gonna die in that bunker. You know, the land of Israel is gonna be annihilated as well. It's gonna be destroyed too, but it's gonna be rebuilt. America gonna be totally destroyed. So them going with this move to, you know, All this talking about clean energy and net zero and a new way of eating. That's why Klaus Schwab say you will eat the bugs. You know, you're going to own nothing and be happy. This is the plan of the wicked elite. This is their agenda. And these people who get up on from the WEF and the, you know, and the WHO, World Health Organization and the World Economic Forum, these people are just talksmen for the wicked elite. The Rothschild, Rockefellers, DuPont, Oppenheimers, these royal families that rule the earth behind the scenes. The Edomites that rule the earth behind the scenes. Royal Edomite families, so to speak. Which they ain't royal, they really peasants. And they finna go back into that state. Man, we gonna work the fuck out you devils, man. You think you gonna get away with this bullshit? You lost your goddamn mind, man. The Lord is gonna rain it upon in the fullness of your sufficiency. Your ass finna be in straits, man. The Lord finna get busy on you devils, man. This the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And we all know this. Reads, at least Satan, the physical counterpart of the devil on earth, should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, so at least Satan should get an advantage of us. We ain't ignorant of this man's device. We see what you doing, devil. We see you, nigga. You know, you ain't slick as you thought. You know, you ain't slicker than the Lord, because the Lord put the spirit on us to see you. We have the eyes to see. You know, and ain't nothing you can do to stop this, man. Every move you make towards your new world order, whether it's going to silencing the prophets or whatever you do, is going to fulfill prophecy. Project Looking Glass. You know, Project Looking Glass. Don't forget about Project Looking Glass. Every turn you make, every different decision you take, it's gonna all lead to the same path, and that's your ass going into slavery. Genesis, Genesis, HOISUPK. You ain't gonna be able to kiss enough Israelite boots to get up out of your judgment. And that's for every heathen. That's for every person up upon the planet Earth who's not an Israelite, man. Your ass finna go into hardcore bondage, man. For a long time. And then you're gonna be able to go to your lands and be like, pay tribute. But until then, your ass gonna be working, man. It's gonna take a while to build up the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? It's gonna take a minute to build up the kingdom of heaven. We need all y'all, like, all goddamn hands on deck. Men, women, and children building. You know? And learning the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Then we're gonna let your ass go and we're gonna give you some lands, and you know, everything gonna be good. You Edomites, you gonna be done away with, man. You international bankers, first and foremost, and on down to the rest of you Edomites. You gonna be done away with according to Obadiah 1:18, man. That's what the scriptures say. So you better hope you ain't an Edomite. These not our words. These are the words of the Holy Bible, man. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 16, it say, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. You know, so this man playing, he finna throw you into the pit of this digital social credit score technocracy. Not technocracy. Well, I guess you could say it's technocracy, technocratic system that they implement. you know, with AI and artificial, with AI, with robots and digital IDs and people chipped up and drones and, you know, the AI gonna be like the movie Elysium, like the apostle say, go watch that movie Elysium. I ain't get to finish it, but if you watch the first beginning, people, you know, on the movie, the dude had a house arrest bracelet on his ankle. Now there ain't gonna be no need for house arrest bracelets soon, because they want to put something in you far much better. And if you don't want to get down, they're gonna put your ass to death, man. So we living in a time where you just gotta be ready to die for your house shot, man. you know, we in a time where you gotta be ready to lose your life for what you believe in. Stand up, stand for what you believe in, die for what you believe in, ultimately. Not scrap a bomb to yourself and blow yourself up, die for what you believe in, but resist this man's wicked agenda. You know? Comforts was finna be lost. You know? That's why they creating all this comfort. Getting people used to being comfortable, you know, and not wanting to and lazy. Good times make weak men. Hard time make strong men. That's why they created all this luxury and deliciousness to weaken you. And now they gonna strip all that shit from you and create the worst times, the hardest times ever, and then they gonna you know, dangle the carrot in front of you. Oh, we got something to make this all go away. We got a solution for the problem. Just receive this mark, and you can enter into this 15-minute city, fully protected. There's food here. You won't have to be out amongst the undesirables, so to speak. Those who don't want to get down, they gonna be out there to starve. But you come here, we're gonna take care of you. It's food, it's power, electricity. It's heavily guarded. You know, you will be protected. Just pledge your allegiance to us. Pledge your allegiance to this new world order, to the one world system, the one world government. But the enemy is speaking sweetly with his lip, like he coming to do good and stop bring equality and fix the distribution of wealth. And no, this nigga finna strip you to nothing. You gonna own nothing and be happy. While they got all the riches and resources, and they gonna give you dividends, digital money. You know, you get out of a line, they gonna dock your goddamn dividends without you even you ain't gonna know it. You gonna know it, but ain't gonna be nothing you can do. You ain't gonna be able to skip payments or none of that. And then you run out of money, you commit too much evil and wickedness, you going against their system too much, then guess what? You gonna be put down, or you gonna be ousted. You gonna be outcast because of your behavior. You know? Super wicked and oppressive, man. You know? This man trying to play God. Ultimately, that's what it is. They say he will imagine how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but he will not. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So this man wants you dead, man. You know, it's all a game. It's all a gimmick. They speak like they intelligent and proper and all this shit, but in their minds, they like, yeah, we finna kill these people, man. And you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you the top on their list because they hate you, because they know you the Israelites. But guess what? You Joe Sixpacks, y'all ain't gonna escape nothing neither. Y'all finna get caught up in the bullshit too. Esau gonna undermine his own people, man. This nigga is the devil, man. How that scripture go? He that hateth his own self, to whom shall he be good? You know, he finna show how he hate himself, how he finna do his own people, man. Because they gonna get caught up in this shit. All these people ran and Trump, MAGA, and all this. America, make America, man. Esau finna slaughter you so-called Americans, you proud Americans. You know? You people are unwanted. American citizens, the mindset that you have, this patriotic mindset you have, is not wanted in the New World Order. They're going to slaughter you off, man. You know? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 15 and verse 2. It say, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast. The beast is going to Esau Edom. This nigga the beast, man. And over his image. Speaking about a man, the beast ain't talking about an actual creature. It's talking about a man. A mythical creature, because we are creatures, but a mythical creature is speaking about a man. And over his image, his system, and over his mark. The mark is gonna, complete it all. Because the system is here. She just gave a rundown of the system. The fourth industrial revolution. Clean energy. Global warming and all this crazy shit. Gotta, merge man with machines. All this is a part of the image. But the mark is a physical thing that they want to put inside of you. The digital ID is not quite the MOTB, but it's a step closer to it. Because if all the digital IDs starting off gonna be, if you gotta put something in your phone that's gonna link everything together, that's not it. They gonna have something else gonna come after that. That then they gonna be like, no, this is the new form of getting the digital ID. You gotta come to these chipping stations. Chipping stations are set up near you at this location. Receive your chip, or you will be outcast to this society. You will not receive your dividends. You will not be able to get child support. You will not be able to work in America or in nowhere in the earth. You will not be able to get your benefits, Medicaid, Medicare, EBT. You get child support, you will not receive your child support. Your child support will now be paid in dividends. The only way to get the dividends, you got to get the chippy chip. It say, and over his number, and over the number of his name, and stand on the sea of glass with having the harps of God. It say, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over the image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And this basically is 2nd Ezra chapter 2. At the end of 2nd Ezra chapter 2. That crowning ceremony he's saying, who is this that's taller than all the rest, having crowns in his hand. Seen them white robes, having palms. And who is this that crowneth them? We gonna be standing in the chariots as looking down at America being destroyed, looking at the earth shake exceedingly, rocking to and fro like a drunkard. And Lord willing, we are part of that number to get the victory over this world. This the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. It say, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And Esau is making his move because the time is short. This place is done, man. And Esau know that he running out of time, so he moving forward with his NWO, with his agenda. You know? So shit finna get real. Whether it's gonna be next 2 months, the next 6 months, you know, next 12 months. Eventually things are gonna get more oppressive. The dollar gonna crash. These things are gonna happen soon. This place ain't gonna go on for another 20 years, man. You know? It's damn sure not another 1,000 years. But that's pretty much the point. Lord, when this is edifying, the devil is coming down. You know, I forgot what the brother named the video, but I'ma just do a re. The devil is moving fast. Let's see what he said. Brother could write this out video. Yep. This devil is on the move. So that's what I'm going to title my list and read. This devil is on the move. So Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom. Kwame Yashala in the Bible. Shalom.